And a very welcome to you, Liam Jarrett, Astrology Tarot, for the week of February 6th till the 12th. We'll pick some cards. We'll have a jolly good time. I have a motorcade of revved up engines going by me. I like that sign. Let's rev it up into this week. We'll bring up the chart. And I would like to point you to first the sun, the star of the show. Right here, 17 degrees of Aquarius, just getting through a meeting with Saturn. This is Luke Skywalker getting past Darth Vader in the mental sphere. In the consciousness sphere. Something saying that you need to be with some type of organization in a futuristic way. The authoritarian way of doing things are coming down, but they need to be replaced. And they take this personally in your life and on the world stage. They need to be replaced with solutions, ones that respect our individuality, our uniqueness the most. I feel like we just had a battle. We're battered and bruised, perhaps. We're nursing our wounds. Our midwife is nurturing us, bringing us to healing. As we accept it, we bring it, we give it to ourselves, we accept it. We're strengthening ourselves, and we're getting ready for another battle. But we did just get through a pretty big one. I feel like we're going to have a little bit of light to bring that in, to get rejuvenated. That's what this week, I believe, is about. A little bit more optimistic, romantic. We have Mars and Venus coming together in Capricorn. This is the warrior walking, crawling up the hill, and right ahead of him is the maiden, who is about to meet Vesta, the Vestal Virgins. So she will take on the persona of healing you, sexual healing, healing yourself by a new structure of your life, put health, body, your house, your job, even your career. Are these are being restructured, rejuvenated, and you could be doing the same thing, but you just put your arrow to a higher place, so that even though it might just seem like a small menial task, with your magic, you could just take a normal dish and wash it, or you could say, I'm washing away all of the pain and suffering in this world with every dish I wash. Magic, sympathetic magic. Then you'll find your world would be enchanted, especially when you learn the gods and their houses, astrology. It re-enchants this world. That science teacher that just said, here's Mars, a red ball of dirt floating in space. How lacking in substance, and what a materialistic, false version of this world. With our physical senses, we could only pick up so much, a 0.001%. I'm saying that because we're about to have Jupiter in Pisces, where it loves to be, is going to be in a beautiful sextile with Uranus in Taurus. So this has been shaking things up for the past 4 years. Shake it up to bring it forward. Now we're going to have Jupiter Pisces, an imaginative, creative, intuitive, loving way of bringing us forward progressively in the way that we deal with the world, Earth, our essentials, our senses. This could be shaking up. And we have Pluto and Capricorn. That's very much like the Devil card in the Tarot. It's being chained by addictions, by attachments, unhealthy ones that are keeping us from being free. What Uranus in Taurus ultimately wants is to bring us freedom, liberation. You see those themes going around. That's also happening within us. When we look out to the news and we see a theme, we should automatically look into ourselves and say, where's that playing out? A mirror, just as the heavens are a mirror. How beautiful. How beautiful. See, why I said that we still have a battle to fight is because we have the North Node at 27 degrees in retrograde, because it always is. It's going to go past where the lunar eclipse was, right near fixed star Algol, which is where we get alcohol from, like a demon type energy. In Taurus, in Venus, that's when Venus turns into Lucifer, and you get trapped in the fake light of this world, which is just merely our senses, merely the material world. When you don't have to think that hard to see that there's more than just meets the eye. You can't see somebody's thoughts. You can't see somebody's emotions. They express it. They choose to. If they choose to, then you get a little bit of a hint. Ask any woman. What the fuck are they thinking? Beautiful thoughts. We need to start thinking about Venus Taurus. There's a beautiful woman. Even a big busty woman. Actually, breasts have to do with cancer. Whenever you see the Virgin Mary breastfeeding baby Jesus, that's cancer. That's Sirius, Isis. That's where she is. We got turned into the Virgin Mary. Anyways, what I would like to say is that the nodes are the most important thing in astrology. I'm just going to say that right now. If you want to find out what we're supposed to be doing, what we are doing, what's going on, your soul's journey, perhaps past lives, future lives, what your soul is here to work through in this experience, look to your nodes. Where are they? What house? What sign? And what aspects is it making? If you have a square, opposition, conjunction to your nodes, that's a very karmic thing, and that lesson to be learned there is breaking generational curses. So now our cosmic one is at the latter degrees of Taurus, 27. It's going to be at the 27th degree for some weeks. 2 to the 7 is 9. Mars is number 9 on this lunar eclipse point. This is these Canadian trucker things. They've gone peaceful so far for the most part, so the media tries to smear it. If they could just get through this. The sun just got through Saturn, so that's like pushing through the restrictions into a freedom, and the sun shining. Right now is a snapshot of where we are in the great grand cycle. We're in Aquarius season. We're in the Aquarian season cosmically on the grand cycle. So pay close attention to this month out of the year, because if you're able to channel the Aquarian archetype into this time, more the better. And you know what you're going to want to do that? Will help? Let's go across the heavens to the opposite sign, Leo. That happens to be where the plot of fortune is, where I'm doing this, right smack dab in the middle. Where are we not stepping up into our divine royalhood, priesthood? Where is our heart closed off from keeping us from expressing life, beauty, love in its most authentic and pure and powerful way? Where are we cowering away? Where are we not being brave? Perhaps where are we being hedonistic and we're not being masters of our mind and therefore our actions, which leads to our environment. Is there something in our environment we don't like? Well, look no further than the mirror to see whose fault that is most of the time. Sometimes things are out of our control, which perhaps are karmic. And let us ask for the grace and outpouring of it, a special dispensation in this Aquarius season, in this Aquarian age, that we could best reflect the good characteristics of Aquarius, not a mass herd mentality, not a life void of emotions and heart, but one where we are able to recognize that we all equally have these similarities, our humanity. We recognize that. We don't buy into the system that tries to have us fearful of each other. Pluto, Capricorn. The system, Capricorn. Interjecting fear, Pluto. Which might force us to go deep into our own personal fears. It might have nothing to do so much with what's going on in the world, but what's going on in the world might trigger such treasures waiting to be open ultimately. Chiron in Aries is making an exact square to Mars in Capricorn. This is that there's gonna be we need to take action to heal our structures in our lives that are built around fear from our ego being damaged. And when we bring love to that, ultimately, forgiveness, healing, just to face it, when we express that courage is the key to unlocking the mysteries of Capricorn. Ultimately, it's the great host who, in order to get up the top of the hill, has to sacrifice its small, carnal, base, devil card desires that chain us. And we're looking forward to the Aquarian season, the Aquarian age, in the now, bringing the best version of the now to the now. Let us think it frequently. Let that be the frequency that we vibe at, and then we bring into earth. That's how we're bringing heaven to earth. So mote it be. But it's going to take some structure and some self-discipline. Do it with love. Right now, we're kind of at the bottom of the mountain of Capricorn. We just had a great battle, and the maiden is coming to nurse us and bring us warm food and fire in this cold, dark world. A light coming to us in prayer to comfort us, to tell us that we're doing good and to keep it up. It's not over yet, but just live in the now. The battle will show up when it shows up, and we'll be ready. And in the meanwhile, we are doing self-love, nurturing, reorganization, restructuring, getting ready for the next battle. And these battles can be addictions, temptations, unhealthy relationships, fear, coping mechanisms, self-doubt, self-harm. As our South Node goes through Scorpio, these are going to be things that we're going to be dealing with for the next 18 months. Self-sabotage. Where are we self-sabotaging? So let us look to the North Node in Venus and freaking Taurus with Uranus. Let us revolutionize the way that we think about what we need. So we've had to think about what's essential lately. And as the world is going through a restructuring on how we do Earth type things, it's going to force us to reconsider our relationship to Earth type things, our body, our food, our diets, how we deal with money, our value systems, are things that are going to be electrified, shook, shattered, and what remains is what's ultimately essential. Don't let the system have us in their freaking box. We need to shatter it out of that fear-mongering system. Total elitism. Total plutocracy. Pluto. A few very powerful in charge of the many on the top of the pyramid. Well, those bricks are being pulverized with Uranus. And that eye is falling down. And we'll see that we ultimately are the I and I, the great I am. Hopefully in Aquarius season we can realize how we ultimately are all one with Jupiter and Pisces. You get a little bit trippy and have those feelings of oneness with all. And then so let our actions reflect such thing, and let our structures reflect such things. So it is. Have a great week. Let's pick some cards because I said I would. I've been going on. Going on and on. On and on. Let us get some messages for this week, Lady Oracle. As we get Mars and Venus conjoining as we go into Valentine's. Let us try to find that inner romance. That inner goddess. And have a relationship with her. As we are the union of the divine within us. Earth and her precious waters, our bodies and our souls, the goddess. Okay. I'm saying the moon in Taurus is moving there right now. Be careful with your dealings. Money-wise, make sure you're getting a fair share. Make sure you're not selling yourself out and thinking about money too much in the mind and keeping that from being true to your actions and your goals and your mission. Let us not think about, well, what should I do with my life? How can I make the most money? If that's your ultimate goal, it's probably never going to happen. Or if it does happen, it's going to be fake as shit. This is asking us to get through that mind effery and to go into our heart and our soul and our conscious And where can we, what should we create from that place? And that will be, let us ask for that light to be illuminated. Because I believe it will be. Let's get a card to address that. And this card is going to really talk to us going forward. That was kind of where we are now. Here's where we are going forward. We're making a change. We're I feel like we've matured emotionally, and we're going to be able to be a little bit more emotionally mindful and in control as we move forward. Where there's justice in this world, let us bring justice. Make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. And a final card. We're here to bring balance. Right now, the scales are and have been tilted to the dark. Well, we are coming here with a mighty sword, the strongest of shields, the sharpest of daggers, the straightest of spears, a helmet crowned with the finest of metals and diamonds and pearls. Wings on our very freaking armored boots. Wings of a freaking phoenix. This is the world we're battling in. Not always flesh. Lots of the time, principalities, dominions, thrones, demons in the mind. Let us ask for the capital mind to come over and master over our monkey mind. Our higher self, we are calling through the veil and we are uniting with it. It is no longer you that I'm talking to. You are now one with your higher self. You have brought your soulmate through the veil, and it is dwelling with you in your inner temple, in the holy of holy sanctum sanctorum, doing a most beautiful embrace, a dance, rising up the lowest of lowest, darkest of darkest places of being into the highest of lights and the heights of heaven. The angels rejoice and sing as you do your heavenly dance. The celestial choir reigns in the most beautiful hymns. And so it is. Ooh, I just went out there, lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. We are building the kingdom of heaven with our imaginations. What a beautiful gift we have. Try to imagine not being able to imagine. TheAquarian.tv, Liam Jarrett. Let us go.